So I'm going to go back here for a second, and the reason is because I just realized my Illustrator 2015 Creative Cloud just had a slight glitch. And the glitch is when you select grayscale, it actually will not limit the number of colors that are selected. So you're going to notice I'm going to try something. You're going to see a big difference between the way the last video ended and what I'm starting with here. I'm going to go ahead and select color. If you have the issue where it's selecting too many grays, from the grayscale. You want to also make sure that it's a limited color palette, and then you're going to limit in color to 9. Now, of course, it's a grayscale image, so I'm only going to get grayscale. So once I do limited colors palette with 9 colors, and then I go ahead and I click my preview, you're going to see a very big difference between the image you saw before, which had way more detail than I was expecting anyway, to this one, which actually has very clear-cut details. And this is what we were looking at happening in the first place. This one actually looks appropriate now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand this one. I'm then going to right-click and ungroup. And you can now see that I can select this color, select, same, fill color, and it selects all of those colors. And that's exactly what I wanted. Eyedropper, select my color blue. At that point, I'm going to go back to my arrow tool. I'm going to find the next color, which is on the hair here, and go select same, fill color. And you're going to see that I've got all of that into the background, which I expected, and I'm going to eyedropper that to this blue. And again, I think that blue is pretty good. If I want that blue to be darker, I certainly can revisit that blue being darker. I think it needs to be a little bit. So what I would then do, see, here's the easy part. I can now select that color if I want to make all of them darker, select that, or I could make that one lighter, but I'm going to try this a little darker. And I'm going to go select, same, fill color. So everything that I made that color is now selected. And then I can go back into my color chart here, which you see, the Pantone color charts, and I'm going to select a slightly darker color. Did you see that? Okay. So then what happens is I'm ready to go to my next value, which looks like it could be this gray. So let's try that. Select, it may be this one in here, so let's just try select same, fill color. And yes, it got all of those values even into the face, which is really excellent. Now get my eyedropper, letter I on the keyboard if you don't want to go directly and click it. And then I'm going to click that, and we'll take a look at what that looks like now. Ooh, yes. Now I feel a little better about what I'm saying. Again, next value, select, same, fill color, and eyedropper with the letter I, and make that the first neutral. Great. Go into the next one, select, same, fill color, and I can just work my way through this until I'm finished. So here you see I've actually filled in all of my colors. I can now see how those tones progress across, and I can make some adjustments however I'd like, or how I'd like in the colors. But I think I like the way that this turned out, and that's the way I would do this. So there are my color selections from my Pantone colors. There is the result, and if I see anything that I think needs to be switched or changed, I certainly have the ability to do that by selecting now one of the colors. Like if I wanted to change this brown bronzy color, I can then go select same, fill color, selects all of those colors across the board, and then I can then see what would happen if I changed it to a different value like that. And you can see now there's another look with that value in there, and I kind of like that too. So these are choices that you can make. This is a little bit light, so I can just Command Z undo, and I could try it just a little bit darker and until I get where I want it to be. So I actually think that that's even better. So take a look, see what you want to do on these, and I hope either way you do it with Photoshop or Illustrator works out for you. Thanks.